Hello and welcome back to Popcorn Chat. I hope you guys are doing well. In this video, I'm going to be speaking to you about a Mubi release, which is Crossing, which is out in cinemas later this month. This film is directed by Levin Akin, hopefully I'm saying their name right. So the main narrative follows an older woman and a younger guy who travel to Istanbul and are on the hunt for this older lady's niece because it was her sister's dying last wish to go and see her, make peace with her. And they're sort of lost in Istanbul. You know, there's some moments of conflict throughout, as well as some more sort of heartwarming moments where they learn a little bit more about each other. Alongside that, we have another narrative which follows the character of Evrim, and they are a trans person living in Istanbul who are helping people across the city. So these two narratives are running parallel to each other, and you're just constantly hoping they will cross over because, you know, this could be her niece. I found this film very liberating because I was so surprised by how accepting the people, in particular of Istanbul, were of trans people and queer people. And it's so refreshing to see representation on screen, but from other countries. And it just proves that, you know, not what you see in the mainstream is what most of these people living there think. You know, it's very liberating and, you know, open place to be. And there's a whole nightlife and a culture there for queer and LGBTQIA plus people, and it's just amazing to see on screen. I've never seen any Georgian or Turkish films prior to this, but it definitely makes me want to go away and watch more of Levin's work and other Georgian and Turkish cinema. One of the main things I loved about this film was that third act. You know, Levin doesn't really treat the audience as stupid. You know, he allows you to interpret certain things and it can have various meanings, and I love that about cinema and this film in particular. You know, you could look at this film in two possible ways. I won't go into that now, but go and check it out and see what you think, because there's one way I think it could end, but it is open for interpretation. The only real sort of negative I have of this film is the setup. You know, this adventure of these two characters going on this journey feels very familiar, you know, whether it's Philomena or other films such as that, where two unlikely characters go on this journey. So that bit was a little bit cliched, I will say. But adding in that sort of second narrative, having, you know, from a trans perspective, living in Istanbul, was, you know, what sets this film apart from other films of that nature. This film really moved me in that last part especially. I actually did cry during this. I think there's a lot to take away from this film. I think it's one of those sort of queer films that are going to be adding to my list that I think many people should be watching in 2024. I really enjoyed this film. I would happily watch it again. Yeah, it's a feel-good film, and, you know, it's just one to watch this year. Thank you so much for watching this review of Crossing. It hits Mubi on the 30th of August, so do go and check it out. Come back and let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon for another Popcorn Chat.